Welcome to another spotlight of a CI master. I'm excited on this Leon Live to highlight the business of Monarch AV in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I'm really pleased to have Derek and Haley joining on the call today, the founders and the proprietors of Monarch AV. They have been a longtime Leon partner. We love working with them. They're working on a really neat showroom update as we speak. So we have some insight into their world. And welcome, guys. It's great to just spend a couple minutes with you.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Yeah.
Awesome. You know, it's hard to, from Michigan, where it's a little overcast today. I'm looking into Arizona and it looks much cooler than it's probably outside right now.
Yeah, it is.
So it's brutal.
115 today, so
Yeah.
it's tough.
115.
This is the first week that
Yeah.
it's been, it's hit us hard this week.
Oh my goodness. So I'd love to just take a few seconds and give you both the opportunity to talk a little bit about Monarch AV and your business and what it is that you do. What makes you special and how do you kind of look at the world?
I mean, you should start. Derek's the AV expert. I come from a different background of like creatives and music festivals and that kind of stuff, but I got into this through Derek. So this is really his passion, and he started this company with like that in mind. So
Yeah, so we're going on 4 years plus. So we started in 2020, right before COVID. So that was super fun and a challenge in itself. But honestly, we got started from just wanting to do something cool and different than the other things that we saw out there. So it just had me growing up has always been involved in home theaters, and that was my passion growing up. Ever since my dad had Top Gun playing in the early 90s on a Yamaha stereo system, back in Florida. So I think that kicked the habit or the interest in it, and it's just been a huge passion of mine ever since.
When he was a kid, he literally used his allowance money to put surround sound in his bedroom.
Yeah.
Like he's
So I love how you use Top Gun as an example, because I'm just a crazy rabid Top Gun fan. I can watch both of them anytime from from beginning to end, like it's the first time I'm watching it. And I share the passion. And so I got to say, that's a really unique combo. So Haley, your experience in festivals and music, and Derek, your passion with theater, it seems unlikely in some ways, but at the same time, it's like the perfect blend,
it kind of ended up being that way.
Yeah, maybe unintentionally. So talk a little bit about your how you approach your business. So when you engage with a customer, clearly your passion comes into an advisory session with a customer and client, how you take them through a journey. How have you really marked your process or your engagement strategy with your customers? What goes into that?
I honestly think it's just being real with them, and the most honest answers you can give them and opinions. I mean, what we found is they don't want to be sold to. They want to buy something from someone who loves it, has a passion for it, lives it. Like, if you enjoy it, that emotion and that joy comes out when you're talking about it. And I think it gets them really excited about putting it in their own home or their space as well. So I tell myself and Haley and all of the guys at the company, just be yourself. And that comes out in a genuine approach to our consultations, our meetings, our interactions with our clients. It's just a truthful
yeah
it is what it is.
Yeah, completely. I always say the best approach is you guide someone in how they buy. You're never selling them anything.
Exactly.
And that genuine relationship, I think, stands out. I'm on your website and people can follow your Instagram. You have some beautiful shots of the kind of work that you do. And it really highlights, something that I see in addition to the beautiful work is the sense of family in your business. I had a chance to visit your space. I think it was about 5 months ago, 6 months ago. I've lost track. And I just get a sense of you've got a great culture. And culture is a big deal for us at Leon as well. We try to create an environment. How have you both built the culture at Monarch?
Culture is really important. I've always thought that in every company I've worked for in the past, and I've always kind of had my hand in the culture aspect of things. I think if you hire good, genuine people with good intentions, you're going to have a great culture no matter what. So we're really intentional about who we bring into the company and who we partner with. And Leon is a great example of that. Like, I think just like you were saying, they're genuine people that we really enjoy being around, and we see their vision, your vision, and we appreciate your vision. And partnering and bringing in employees that hold those standards, I think you're gonna end up with a good culture as long as you are,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just share it with everyone that
yeah.
at the end of the day, we all go home to our families and our children and our loved ones, and
Yeah.
work is work, but family and friends are most important. And so when you kind of have that mentality first, and then the business it bleeds over into the business. They carry that same attitude and the culture and the feeling of it, into the business if you lead with that to start with.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's great advice, and it's interesting. You want to do business with people that you would like to some degree hang out with, or that
Yes.
you would
Yeah.
enjoy being around. And I think that is a good description of how we feel about you guys as well. Is we're excited to see, great people and great things happen with them, and are just hopeful that we can enable it right along the way at some level, because you're enabling our business as well.
It
It's
works
sort of
both
a
ways.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, maybe it would be fun to talk about a particular project that we've done together that stands out in your mind as kind of a hallmark Leon engagement with Monarch. It was something that stood out to you, so we solved a unique problem or challenge, or helped you differentiate something.
Yeah, well, we actually just wrapped it up, so you guys probably haven't even seen photos or anything of it. It was
We know what was built.
yeah, it was super cool. So we had a project, tons of Leon stuff, but the hallmark of this project in the great room was an 85-inch TV behind the art, so rolling art. Frame, and it just is super cool. So the client is an artist in herself and wanted something other than a frame TV up above her fireplace. And so
Yeah.
I presented the option of, hey, well, let's look at Leon. They have this option where you can send them your artwork and they will print it on a canvas,
Yeah.
and it will be there as your main focal point of your room. And when you're ready to watch the TV, you hit watch and it rolls up, and there's
Wow.
your TV. And then when you turn it off, it goes back down to your artwork. So that was a really cool project. And again, there's a lot of other parts and pieces of Leon that are in this project that we're excited to share with you guys and with our social media and stuff like that. It
Yeah.
is just now wrapping up, so we're really excited about it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. So, what was the reaction of the homeowner when you said, "Let's keep your art the focal point. It doesn't need to be just a TV." How
Yeah.
how how is that reaction received? I've seen the reaction myself, but how would you describe it when you took that to the homeowner?
She was super stoked on it. I mean, we were originally starting out with I think a 75-inch frame TV, and then when we discussed this, it even grew now into an 85-inch TV, so the artwork could be larger and fill up more of the wall and just be like this, like I said, this focal point that now it's dead center of the house. Every time they walk by it, they get to see it. She gets to enjoy it,
Yeah.
and it's just a cool. It's literally a piece of them, they're an expression of them in their house, right there for everyone to see, and hiding technology behind it is even cooler. So
Yeah.
I think that's such an important point. Haley, what was your perspective of it, from an aesthetic and a design standpoint? How did you see
Yeah,
it?
I mean, home should be an expression of who you are, and I think Leon is awesome at making that a possibility. Like the things that you guys come up with blow my mind. Every time you guys come out with something new, I can't wait to see it in somebody's home. And this is just another example of you guys making it possible for a home to feel like home, and an expression of, our clients.
Yeah, I think that's the statement right there. Is it's personalization. And there is something about like an actual piece of physical art, as opposed to, I like digital, big fan of digital, but I think that being able to use your own art in its like real representation is a huge part of it. And yeah, we got some cool stuff coming. It's like every month we're introducing something new, and can't wait to share with you some of the ideas. I ran into Noah in the hallway yesterday. We were talking about yet another idea. He's got a million of them, and he's an artist, of course. And we were describing it, and then I said, "What are you going to call it?" And Noah's got this really cool ability of like truncating words. So like the Denza, which is short for credenza. He's always comes up with these great names, but this one I'll save for another day. But
right.
suffice it, I was crying. It was like, if we actually use that name, it's going to be great. So now I've created a lot of hype around it. But so
Cool.
this has been great. I love it. I can't wait to see your showroom. I can't wait to see the pictures of that project. You've given, every bit of impetus to anybody that's listening in today on why to engage with Leon. So we really thank you for that. I want to give you guys a shout out. So not only are you a great partner, we are going to do something special for your space. So Noah is doing some commissioned work, and we would love it to see to find a place in your home, in your revamped home.
Right.
And it's going to be real tactile. So once it gets completed, we'll definitely have it sent your way. But it's just an expression of us.
Oh, very cool.
Absolutely, you guys are in our hearts. We love what you're doing, and thank you again for spending time with us today.
Oh, you guys
absolutely.
are awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That's amazing.
Of course. And I'd say, usually this goes the other way. I'd say if you want to come to perfect weather, come up to Ann Arbor. Now's the time, because it's going to flip in a few months.
I know. Yeah,
Awesome.
We need to get out of here.
Awesome. So if you guys would just hang with me for a moment, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, so gentle, and it's none of my business, and I don't want to get involved. If you're thinking that she's good,